So I'm handing over to Dr. Sushma Viladkar for further taking up the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay Kumar. Over to Pinky.
Yes, ma'am. Once again, a very happy morning to everyone. My name is Pinky Pathania. After spending 21 years in the corporate world and in the teaching profession, in 2015, I joined the Heartfulness Institute. Currently, I'm a Heartfulness trainer. I'm the center coordinator of Gurgaon Zone, zonal facilitator of University Campus Program Haryana, and the co-team member of our School Connect program. Once again, on behalf of Heartfulness Institute, I welcome you all on a 5 days faculty management program, Leadership Mastery through Self-Development, that help us in the holistic development of our students. This program is offered to students who have opted for course FEC 57. I think we have already heard enough in the morning about the course. So I will not repeat, I will not take much of time. But yes, from my side, the only thing I can say that this is a journey of self-discovery, journey to identify our strength and our weaknesses, journey of self-evolution, journey of inner transformation. बहुत ही खूबसूरत पर्शियन पोएट रूमी ने भी कहा है, अपने जीवन को बदलने के लिए आपको केवल एक व्यक्ति की आवश्यकता होती है और वह है आप खुद. So through this program, I'm sure and I trust we all are going to look into ourselves, try to find our strengths and weaknesses and overcome. So to talk further on this journey of personal excellence, I would like to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sushma Viladkar. Dr. Sushma has received her Director of Pharmacy Chemistry from IIT Roorkee, MSc from Institute of Science, Nagpur. She had wide experience of 18 years. Arrhenius Laboratories, Stockholm, Sweden as guest scientist, research associate in Bhabha Atomic Research Center. She was conferred Research Associate Fellowship from CSIR, New Delhi. She was a research scientist in Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Her research expertise are origins of life and evolution of biosphere, synthetic DNA, antigen, antisense technology, drug design, anchoring enzymes and proteins to nanomaterial and biodegradation, removal of harmful textile colors from water, nanomaterial and its application in human joints. She has published more than 50 plus research papers in national and international journals of repute. She was editor in IUP Journal of Chemistry. She has 12 years of teaching experience as professor in ICFAI University, Dehradun, and Roorkee Institute of Technology. Also worked as student counselor and counselor of examinations. Dr. Sushma is practicing heartfulness meditation since student life 1984 and working as heartfulness trainer. She is also the stage coordinator in Heartfulness Institution. So I would like to call upon Dr. Sushma Viladkar. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Pinky, for a kind introduction.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I would like to start the session. Before we go to the main part of our topics, I would like to give the brief introduction to the new people who are not aware of what heartfulness is. It's a little bit introduction of heartfulness and what we are doing actually in the Heartfulness Educational Trust. Heartfulness Educational Trust, HET, is born from the vision that most effective way to transform the society in the generation to reimagine and rethink the education and equip the school leaders, teachers, students with the tool and techniques for their personal transformation and for their personal holistic development. As you know, as we have mentioned in the morning session, HET, Healthfulness Education Trust, is not-for-profit organization, which is registered in India under the section of 12A and 80G of income tax. Basically, we have three different connects associated to HET. One is Brighter Mind, other is School Connect, and third one is Heartful Campus. So we are bringing all these sessions through the Heartful Campus programs. Heartful Campus program actually is divided into five different heads. One is Heartful Campus programs, whatever we bring is for senior management people. They are leadership conclaves and usually conducted once or twice a year. And the other program that we have is for faculty, like we are conducting the faculty development program. We call it as a HEART program. It can be 5 days, it can be 3 days, depending upon the whatever slot given to by the institute to us. And third one is HELM program, Heartfulness Enable Leadership Mastery. This program we are going to roll out in your college, in your university as a course here. And the fourth one is, usually we conduct a HFN, Heartfulness workshop for the staff, admin staff, or for the parents, those who are interested. And also we conduct program the counselors. These are basic 5 pillars that we have for campus program. What we do in HELM program, because it is linked with the student, so it is more extensive than the either conclave program or HEART program or HFN workshop. For student, we have categorized into 5 steps. First is we call it as a Statio program. This program is usually conducted when the students are inducted in the university, that is during the time of induction program or orientation. Then we have Discover. Discover program is spread throughout 1 year. It is a semester-wise program. One semester to the second semester, 10 modules are given. 1 lecture per week is usually given to us. Then we have similar Develop or Deepen or Dedicate programs, that means going ahead and ahead. So it is 4-year program starting with the Start You Up. But here in this case, what we are going to do is we are joining together the Start You Up program and Discover 1 and Discover 2. That means semester 1 program and semester 2 program as one course. That is an MOU which is signed between Delhi Technical University and Heartfulness Institute. As I was mentioning to you, the Start Your program, which starts at induction program, we have got 6 lectures or 6 modules, we call it as. And then for the Discover, there are 20 modules. So in all, in this course, we will be delivering discourses on Start You Up and Discover model. So these are 26 overall lectures. We will be combining and giving you in the capsule form. Then we have Develop, Deepen, and Dedicate. So each one has got some reason behind it. Like, Start You Up, we call it as a journey. For Discover, we try to discover the potential within the students and try to explore what is there. Develop is developing the sensitivity towards themselves as well as towards the whole society and the surrounding. And Deepen is like connecting again with themselves as well as connecting with the people around, or maybe even the life around us. Dedicate is dedicating to the service. This is what we are proposing to do. Initially, we are going to do just 2 things, that is journey and potential, consist of 26. Today, we are going to cover up 6 modules of the Start You Up. There are 6 modules or 6 lectures, you can call it. Our typical language, we call it as a module. What is there in this 6 module? The most important is, the first one is connection. Now what happens is, like, when the first year students, or maybe even because now it's a pandemic going on, the students, when they come to the campus, what happens? They are unaware of what is there in the campus. They don't know who are the teachers, they don't know who are the mentors, or maybe they don't know who are the friends or the colleagues they are going to sit with. So this is a module which actually going to create the bond between the student, faculty, and the staff members. Very facilitative mode, we will take them. They will not even realize that this is being taught to them. Through the facilitation mode, through the activity mode, we are going to take it. The second module or second lecture is related to providing the student the larger view of the life. Now we are coming step by step, we are moving ahead. And what are their own skills? What are their own values? What are their strengths? So this, they will understand themselves more in an elaborate way. This is the second module. Third module is now, because they have understood about themselves, now they will be understanding what is there in the surrounding and how they should respond to it. It is a contest module. What is happening globally? So what are the global challenges? Responsibility towards solving and starting with the themselves. Here we will be taking some SDGs. All of you know that 17 sustainability goals are there. We will be covering them as well. The fourth module is choices. The fourth module talks about what is the effect, or what is rather, I would say, consequences of choices they made in their life. Because they are, teenagers and going through various stresses and strain. So how do they handle these stresses and strain when they make the different choices? Maybe when they are with the friend, colleagues, what is the peer pressure that drives them towards certain direction? Maybe right direction, maybe wrong direction. So these are the things that will be covered in the fourth module. Then in fifth module, we will be talking about the interdependencies of the life. That means we will be taking through the navigating them through the videos and some activities where they will understand the significance of each, even the smallest life that is there, and even the smallest mistake that we commit, or maybe smallest action that we do, how it has got a longer repercussion in their life, and it will be helpful in the decision making. The last module is community module of this Start You Up, and then there are 20 modules in Discover. Here they will be experiencing understanding the importance of community. They are living in a community, and they will be learning through the collective when they are together, how they learn the community. This is about the Start You Up. We have been conducting these Start You Up modules at various levels. We have conducted in IIT. I have just taken a few examples over here, and it is now widely accepted in various colleges, institute, IITs, NITs. Like in Haryana, it is taking forward in a larger way. Lot of things are happening. Similarly, in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Odisha, all programs are taking. Now, what do we do in Discover? Discover 1 and Discover 2. That means 10 modules are there. Actually, they are designed for semester 1 and semester 2. Discover 1, the aim behind, or the thought process behind the Discover 1 is, these modules will provide you the tools for reflective thinking and introspection to assist them in self-development. So the modules, the 10 modules, they are here, like discovering their potential, healthy lifestyle, time management 1 and time management. Then we have how to handle the stress. That we call it as a befriending the stress. What is you stress, what is be stress will be discussed over here, and how they can easily handle. What is peak performance, when they can do best in their life? What are the things that are required? Situational awareness. Are you aware of what is the situation around you, and how are you aware of it? Then heartful relationship. Heartful relationship is when you are in the society. You have to have the relationship which are very cordial. And how do you develop them? Heartful communication. How you communicate with each other. And the journey ahead. This is about the 10 Discover 1 modules. And we have got another 10 Discover modules for the Discover 2. The aim behind this Discover 2 is like, this program is where the techniques are being taught to the student, help them become aware of themselves, familiarize with the methods that can transform them. So at least, when the students come to know what is required for them to change. There must be some techniques and methods available. So we gave them methods and techniques. There are methods and techniques like, in meditation, as Sir Vijay Kumar said, that we talk about meditation practices. So we have got various techniques. We generalize in a sense meditation and relaxation, but there are number of techniques that we teach to the students or the faculty member, whosoever is interested in. So these techniques will be taught, and these techniques and tools will be available to them whenever they can use it for their development. And they are taught through various modules. First one is silence is the language of. They should learn to listen the silence when their heart speaks. What is the science behind meditation? And how can you change your habits so that you can become the perfect personality that you are looking for? What is the art behind meditation? What is required here is observation. You're not only observing yourself, you're observing whatever happening in surrounding and their correlationship. Heart behind meditation. Experience and evolution. Every day you get some kind of experiences. You note it down, you observe yourself and try to evolve on the basis of them. How you can live light and how you can live right. Then what is the significance of power of this? Because between the stimuli and your action, if you take a pause in between, this pause will change actually the course of your behavior and the people who are around you, because you are reacting to someone is reacting. How you can use this pause in taking your actions. Designing Destiny 1 and Designing Destiny. How you, with the help of these all techniques, how you can design your destiny. And more practical experience which are available in our course. So we begin here with, vision. As I have mentioned in the morning, that what is the vision of Heartfulness Educational Trust? Very interesting and very important. We want a bold thinker. That means the aim behind everything that we are rolling down is to inspire the bold thinker, capable of transforming themselves first. And when they get transformed, they will be able to change the society. That is the whole vision behind this Heartful Campus program, Heartful Campus Drive. As I said, that this is going to be the first startup, 3 modules that I will be taking this morning. I'll be letting you what they are consist of and how you can conduct them in your classroom. Because you are the all faculty members and you have to take them across the students. You are the one delivering. So what is this? Heartfulness Educational Trust has brought this Heartful Enable Leadership Mastery Program, which covers many aspects of your life. The journey begins with the self, with your surrounding society, and which culminates in understanding the life and goal of life. Here you become the master of your life, lead your life very successfully when your heart becomes pure and can hear the inner voices, which is the actually guiding principle. In these sessions, you will learn some new interesting topics which will help you to develop your personality, and it will bring the finer human qualities. Bring the finer human qualities within you. In the spirit of bringing the harmony in the society and within yourself, you can realize the deepest inner potential. And there are many simple techniques, as I mentioned. We will be letting you know how you can take them across the student. When you take this first slide, because there are 8 to 10 slides in each model. Now, when you are taking across the student, how will you be taking over? First, you explain what are in the slide, and then every time, whenever the slide comes, you ask the student. Don't explain the student what is there written. You explain or ask anyone to unmute themselves, or maybe they can write in their chat box what is written there and what they have understood with you. We are not teaching them. we are trying to get them what they are doing, and we are not going to correct them, but we say maybe the more correct answer could be this. Like we tell them, what do you see on the right hand side top corner? Then someone will read Heartfulness Enable Leadership Mastery. What do you understand by it? So let them answer. Let them come. Let them speak out whatever comes from their heart. Okay. So first is our connect. The first module is connect module, and this connect module is like here what we do. We ask them some questions because it is a blank slide. We say okay because whatever is the current circumstances, according to that you ask the relevant question. Now, what is the question that can be asked today or maybe during this pandemic? You can ask them, all right, boys and girls, tell us what is the best thing that you could able to see during this pandemic period. Those who are participating, they can write in their chat box, because since it is going to be the facilitation mode, I would like to let you know how do we conduct. So those who are participant here, please write in your chat box this as a question. What is the small blessing in this horrible situation, pandemic situation, that you could able to see? आपको क्या लगता है कि इस पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन में कौन सी अच्छी चीज आपको लगी कि जो हुई है? बुरी चीजें तो बहुत सारी हुई है, बट moving away from it, let's see what is the best thing that is coming to me. Can anybody write? Pinky, if you can read in the chat box, or maybe Krishnamohan, brother, are you there?
Yes, sister, I'm here. And
can you read whatever the answers coming?
Sure, I think Lingeshwar Prasad sir is saying very much attached to family members. Harshit Saxena is saying to spend a lot of time with family, a lot of family time, Actually, all four of the responses as of now are about opportunity to spend time with family bonding, togetherness. Such a beautiful responses. Amazing.
Beautiful response. Thank you so much. So we have learned from this, whatever, I mean, the situations can be good or bad, but we learn from it. So you have learned a beautiful that family bond, which perhaps you could not able to give the time when the pandemic was not there. You wanted to give the time, but you could not give. So this is the new thing that we have learned, and we have understood the significance of family life. And when the students are around, we will ask them, what do you think the online classes are? Do you enjoy it or you don't enjoy it? Do you like it, or are you missing your friends? Are you missing offline classes? So they may say yes, some of them will say no, whatever answer comes from their heart. Just enjoy those answers. Now we'll come to the explanation part of few things, because here we start explaining about the Heartfulness Institute. This is the first slide. We talk about because we must get them aware, let them be aware of what the Heartfulness Institute is offering. So we explain this from the one slide. We say that Heartfulness Institute, we are a global not-for-profit organization with a mission of uplifting the hearts of the community we serve, and hence all our services are free of charge. Then we can also tell them that, all right, this institute, this organization exists in 140 countries, plus 140 countries. And then more than 14,000 trainers are there who are taking the messages of Heartfulness Institute across the world. There are almost 2 million people, more than 2 million people who are following this Heartfulness meditation practices. This information we can pass on to the students in a very simply passing on. And then we can say, all right, let's watch the video which is self-explanatory by itself. So all of us will also watch together.
In a world full of chaos, stress, and anxiety, we all need a moment of peace. A moment when we let go of all worries. A moment that charges us to take on life's challenges. A moment when we plunge within ourselves and come out refreshed. A moment of simplicity. A moment of happiness. The source of real happiness lies within each of us, in our hearts. We just need to learn to connect with it.
Our entire life is led by feelings and inspirations, and that is the role of the heart. And when we manage to listen to the feelings and capture the inspirations that comes from within, I think we can master our life by listening to heart again and again.
Heartfulness meditation is a form of Raja Yoga that teaches us how to connect to our heart. As one learns how to meditate deeply, letting go of all mental complexities and tuning into the heart, a sense of inner balance and calmness begins to prevail.
The whole exercise of fine-tuning the heart with the mind is through this meditation on the heart. That's why we call this process heartfulness meditation.
This simple yet effective system has been prevalent for more than 100 years. Today, it is followed by over 1 million people across 120 countries. Thousands of meditation, retreat, and research facilities serve as centers where individuals from all walks of life, diverse nationalities, different religious backgrounds, various social and economic circumstances come together, transcending boundaries in an atmosphere of love, trust, and brotherhood. With a significant online presence, the Heartfulness app, YouTube channel, Heartfulness magazine, and a rich body of literature makes the practice easily available to seekers. The Heartfulness Institute is a nonprofit organization that brings the heartfulness meditation and relaxation methods to individuals, corporations, universities, schools, and communities. Thousands of volunteers and more than 6,000 certified trainers around the globe allow the services of the Institute to reach individuals totally free of charge. The vision of the Founding Fathers has been to create a society that is heart-centered, loving, and compassionate. Change in society can happen only through a change in each individual. Heartfulness is both an individual practice as well as a unifying movement.
After watching this video, because itself is an intense video, may ask the students, what is your takeaway from this video? What have you understood about Heartfulness Institute? And similarly, I would like to ask those who are new to the Heartfulness meditation practice, what have you understood with this small video? You may write in your chat box, what do we have to offer whole society? You may write out in your chat box. What is the Heartfulness Institute actually offering in the whole society or maybe community of students? Or what is its purpose? Anybody who has, I mean, it's okay if you don't write, it's also.
I think Harshit Saxena is writing, take a pause and listen to your heart.
Yes.
And same way Lingeshwar Prasad ji is saying, listen to your heart, fine tune it. Amazing.
Fine tune.
Synchronization of mind.
That's good.
Amazing statements.
Amazing statement, yes. And similarly, you will get the answers from the students. because they are very absorbed. They absorb the things very. That's right. Synchronization of heart and fine tuning of the heart and mind. And there are various practices that we have. Next slide is about, principles. The principles, like, because whenever the classes are being conducted, so it is always better to set some kind of principle to the students as well as for ourselves. So there are 6 sets of principle that we say, okay, it's a deal. You can use the whatever word that you want to use, you can use it. Sets of principles you can use. You can say, okay, let's have the deal between students and the teacher. So what are these and what is the significance of it? Because it is the way that we will be conducting the sessions. I mean, we will be learning from each other. So, all right. So here, you can ask the student that since you are coming from the school, what is the thing that was there in the school that you used to like about? So they may tell you something. So every school, from wherever they are coming, they will be having some set of principle for their own schools. So now they are coming to Delhi Technical University. So you say, all right, boys and girls, we have some sets of principles while conducting the classes. And what are those? We'll say, okay, the first one is be present. Because nowadays these classes are online classes. Now, whether they are online classes or offline classes, these sets of principles will be there. Guiding principle for conducting the classes for the students as well as for the teacher. We say that be present. We have all it now. That means we tell them that since you are logged in, since it is online, we wish whatever has been communicated to you, you are getting it directly. So be present mentally and physically as well. Right? Then we say, have a fun. Have a fun is like, these classes are actually meant to have fun as well as simultaneously learn something. Learning with the fun. So be present. That means they are listening us carefully, whatever is being talked about, what has been, transformed to them, transferred to them in the form of knowledge or whatever is there. Then third principle that we say, one person speaks at time. What is the significance of this? One person speaks at time. Because if we unmute them simultaneously, they will be speaking all together, and any voice that is reaching to us will be chaotic. Will not able to understand. And similar thing happens in the class when we allow them to talk. Every student wants to talk. They want to tell you their own story, so they will be opening. So we say no. If one is speaking, then you wait for your own turn to come up. So one person speaks at a time. And then we use the fourth principle that we say that it is a safe space. What do you mean by safe space? Actually, here we say that whatever answers you are giving, whatever you are talking here, it will not go out of the classroom. It is not a judgmental. We are not going to judge you here. So please open your hearts. This is very important. So, when we tell them that this is a safe space, they will be opening more and more with you. They will feel, okay, I have got a freedom to talk, and they feel happy. They really open up in their chat boxes. And to begin with, you can allow them to use their chat box. Do not unmute them immediately, because if they start speaking, it is sometimes difficult to get to know what they are talking. So it is a safe space. Then we say that we all learn from each other. That means each and every person who is there in the form as a student, they have something to tell us. So they may have some more, something more knowledge, I would say, than us. For example, let me tell you one thing. Because we are the teacher from the chalk and board thing, and then we have seen that the new students, they know more technology. They're more friendly with them. So we learn some techniques from them. Okay, how to handle this? They will be very fast in doing so. So even as a teacher, We have to learn many things from them. And I do still learn. I mean, still learning. We are always a student. So learning from each other. So they will not feel hesitant in your classrooms. They will be happy. Then we tell them that challenge yourself. What is challenging yourself? That means anything you feel that you're not able to do, you challenge it, you do it. Whether it is right or wrong, don't worry. But unless and until you do it, how do you know that whether you are right or wrong? So allow them. So we say, come out of the comfort zone. You will find that some students are very shy. They don't like to speak, even though they know the answer. They don't speak. So we have to bring them, from their comfort zone. We have to make them talkative a little bit. And we also have to tell them the things that makes the life worthwhile and interesting. This is how the life is worthwhile. So challenging is really, really important. Tell them questions are welcome. You can ask whatever is in your mind. These questions you can put forward so that in my own capacity, I can give you the answer. Possibly if today, not if not tomorrow. Don't worry that if you don't know the answer, that's something not good. You have to be acceptable for you to yourself as well. And you have to tell them that please keep a pen and copy with you every time because something new would be coming and you are writing it down or maybe uh, noting down the few things which are very, very important. So this is one suggestion that we give them. All right. Now the next slide is saying hello. Hello means hello to everyone, those who are across the board. And here we expect that students are there. Now, these are the newcomers to the college. They may not be knowing much about the campus. They may not be knowing each other. So we give them an opportunity to talk about themselves, saying hello to each other. Now, how do we do that? Because they always are very curious. These youngsters are full of energy, full of energy. I tell you, they transmit their energy to you actually. So you can enjoy with them. So saying hello, how do we say? How do we allow them to talk? We can do some exercises or activities with them, and say, okay, we want to know each other. I have given my introduction in the beginning. Now I want to find out who are there in my class. I can ask them, write in your chat box your name, hobbies, and this thing. This has always been done, normal classes. So we do something new so that they enjoy. The first thing that you can do, because we want to know each other, it's like we'll ask them, all right, boys and girls, do one thing. Are you all from Delhi? Some of them will say some yes, some of them will say no. Now I'm going to do this activity with all of you. What you have to do is I will ask some question and according to that question, give the answers in the chat box. So my question is, are you from all of you are from Delhi? And if you are not from the Delhi or you are from Delhi, if I come to Delhi, because I do not belong to Delhi, and you are going to take me around to the Delhi, what are the places that you will take me in Delhi? Or if you are from Bhubaneswar, from Odisha, I have never been to Bhubaneswar. Tell me what are the things that are, uh, to be to visit. Or if you are from Chennai, then tell me what is the thing, what are the good things that I can go for, restaurant thing. I can go for my dinner or for lunches. So these answers that are coming, let's read them out. Wherever you belong, whatever is your native place. If you are from Delhi, but from your native place, tell me, ma'am, we will take you here. So I'll know who is that person speaking and what is his native place. All right. Please share in your chat box answers.
Kalpana Sharma ji has started sharing. She's from Delhi.
Okay. So where will you take me? I think some answers are coming.
Yeah, more responses are coming. I think we got somebody from Odisha where they're saying Konark Temple, Chilka Lake, and
Okay.
Niranjan from Pune, Shailaja Devgupta, um, is from Andhra. Would love you to take to Kanha Shantivanam, you know.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
And
Great
Kalpana
answers.
was saying about Delhi, Red Fort, Lotus Temple, so on and so forth. And
Okay.
now it's all coming, it's flowing now. So
Yeah, sure. The another question that you can ask to the students is like, I'm going to ask the same question to you. If you want to tell me about yourself, something must be so good into you. You can put your adjective before your name. Like, if you feel I'm a kind person, so you write down your name Himanshi kind. And if you are humble, so Shivani said Shivani humble. So your adjective will come with your name. So please write on your names and your adjective. You like to identify yourself with that adjective. So we'll know who is who and what are their qualities.
Pradeep Soft is what the first response came.
Okay, good.
Kalpana always accessible. Lingeshwar Prasad, perpetual learner. Wonderful.
Okay. And please, those who are shy, please do write, This is how we are going to take over to the student.
Harish, humble. Ambalagan, love. Kamal, optimistic.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's how we get to know about the students. Students will be more participative. I'm sure we are a little bit shy, but students are very energetic. As I said, wherever we are conducting these sessions, the chat box is full. It is difficult to read even the answers sometimes. Right, we'll move to the next part. This is also a kind of activity in Hello, is knowing each other. Then we go to the next slide and telling them what we are going to do for next 6 days, because start your program is for 6 days and this we will do it in 2 days. Today we will cover the three models and evening we will cover the 3 models. We are running short of the time. So first model, as you have seen, that it's about my story. Who are my colleagues? Because knowing each other. And why do I need guidance? Because I have asked you one question, that you will guide me to Delhi or you will guide me to Orissa. Because I don't know there. I have never been to there. So I'll take a help of a person who can guide me in a right direction. So there is always need of a right person who can guide you in a right direction. Then second model is about core. Who am I? What do I stand? That's the purpose of life. What are my goals and aspirations? Because the students are full of goals and aspirations. They have something in their mind. What are my strengths to reach to that goals? How I am gifted? Do I have any special thing? The third session is about contest. What is happening around the world? What is happening in the society? What is the larger purpose? Fourth session is how to make the right choices. Very interesting. These sessions are so interesting. You will get involved into all these things. How to make right choices? What are the peer pressures? The student will tell you what are the peer. Even as an adult, as a faculty members, we have peer pressure. We take some decision when somebody tells, "Oh, you should do this," and we do, knowingly or unknowingly. We don't use our own judgment sometimes. So, very beautifully explained. The fifth session is causality. It's not casualty. It's a causality. How to deal the challenging situation or with the people who are around us. How to respond, not to react. How to think laterally. And the last session is experiencing, understanding the importance of community. So the collective leadership. Reflect upon the power actions. This is, you just have to explain what is there. Now there is a circle time, that if you have the enough time as a teacher, you can do the circle time and give them some topics for their understanding. You can give the time, like for example, for connection, you can give the circle time as what are your aspirations? What are the family expectations? And how are you going to uh, reach to goals of your life? Give them, make them circles, group discussions, and give them how they can conduct it. And if you have time, you can arrange a plenary lecture of some important people, in between. You can bring some good people from your institute, your university, so they can deliver the plenary lecture. It's a personal time. I mean, if you have enough time in between, then you can arrange that, because this is the actually plan for induction program. But if that induction program is there, not there, and you have been allotted 30 lectures in a semester, and you have time in between, you can arrange these good lectures for the student in your own lecture time, so they understand more values. Now we start with this first slide. Whenever this slide comes, you will find such slides are there in almost all modules. They are pictorial slides. Here we will not tell what is there. We ask them, what do you see in these pictures? Anybody would like to say what we see in these pictures? There are two pictures, and if you would like to answer, is there any message being conveyed to you through the pictures? Any answers coming up?
Not yet. We're just waiting for the first one. Collaboration. United.
Collaboration. Yes.
Unity is strength.
Unity is strength. Wonderful.
Reaching out. A weaving pattern of connections.
Yes. Correct. If you can see, these hands are joining their hand, the hands having the friendship threads, because students are very much sensitive. They can see these friendship bands and they say, oh, they are wearing the friendship, they are the friends, they're friends from different communities, from different religion, but still they are together. So that togetherness is represented. Similarly, if you can see the thread that is being woven by different colors, so this thread is woven by different colors. That means each individual thread has a significance. So that means your presence in the society, your presence in your group, in your friendship circle has equal significance. Even if somebody says, oh, you are not required, still your presence is very much required. If you just move away from that, it will be difficult. Here we will be taking up these three questions. I'm just sorry for a minute.
In the meantime, we're getting very beautiful answers. Harmony, togetherness, bonding, collective consciousness. I think participants are really running the show very well. Very beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yes, wonderful answers. You are getting to the crux of the matter now. So who are my colleagues and mentors? They will be finding out at the end of this module, and what is the importance of the guidance. Okay, these are the three questions that we will be dealing, but through the again interactive sessions. Now, again, this is an interactive session with the students, and we'll say, okay, what do you read here? It's a library word. What do you understand by the word library? They will say, books, where we get variety of books. And why do you go to the library? To get some information, to get some knowledge. That's correct. All answers, we will not say anything that's not correct. We'll say, yes, you are right. You are right. Allow them to, pop up. They're like popcorns. They will be coming up again and again with the new answers. Some may be correct, some may be wrong, but let them speak. Then we use, okay, if there is one adjective to this word, leaving library. What do you mean by leaving library? Perhaps if someone of them may be knowing it, they might not be. So then we will explain at that point. Leaving library is a concept which was developed in Denmark. Here the people, they get together and one person who is having some information will be sharing with other person. So leaving library is a person is having a lot of information with them. And It's not only one person who is having the information, but each and everyone has some information. They are coming from different spectrum of the life. They'll be sharing their information to the all remaining. And the library concept has come up in the Denmark, also in Delhi it is there. Living library is there. Somewhere in the Connaught Place it is there. In Mumbai it is there. And in Banaras it is there. This library, people are there sitting, and the people visitor will go and say, okay, for this thing I need a information. And the person who is having the information will come across the table, and with a cup of coffee they will be sharing the information. Thus you get the information, which is very much true and which very much lively. So what is the significance of living library? Because the students do chat with each other. When they chat each other, they go in the coffee houses or maybe canteen, which are there in the university campuses, and they discuss the issues. But then we have to guide them what they should discuss. They should discuss their experiences. They should guide the other student in the right direction. If you have some good piece of information, please share with each other. That is the importance of it. Then we'll ask, what is a digital library? We will be asking what is the digital significance of digital library, because these students are coming across with so many digital libraries, the social media. So how much you should trust this? And we always tell them, if you want to go anywhere, you get the information from 2-3 sources. First, you get the information from the Google, then you verify with your friends, and you said, okay, should I go there? Should I do this? Should I not do this? So verification is very much required. So be alert in getting the information from whichever source you get. So this activity we have to do in the student. And if it is on offline classes, make them sit in a circle and make one person who can speak about their experience and let other to understand and grasp this information, and then give the chance to other person to speak. So this circle time will go on. This next activity is about the power of intention. Here we will talk about what is the power of intention. Is there anyone who would like to share this point? What is the power of intention? Is somebody sharing?
Yeah, I think the first one came from Krishnamurti ji. Connecting gives more strength.
Yes, connecting gives the more strength. And anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think the
So
pattern,
let me. Okay.
the pattern what we have seen is suddenly we will start seeing 4 or 5 flooded. So
So power of intention, we say that it is the intention behind your any activity is so important. If you have set a goal in your life, and if you don't have the intention behind it, this goal will not be successful. So we call it as a sankalp, or in Hindi we call it as a irada. What is the sankalpa behind anything that you do? So success lies behind the intention that you have. So here what you can do is you can ask the students to do a kind of activity. We tell them that, okay, boys and girls, write down the 5 good things right now you have. It's a step 1, because you have entered in the college, in the technical college. Now write down 5 steps right now you have in a notebook. They will write down, and then, okay, next step is think about yourself after 10 years. What are the things you are aspiring after 10 years? Who would you like to become? What are your goals in the life? So write down those 5 things in your book. And accordingly, because these are the students, you can tell them, make your emoji of your present life, make an emoji of yourself after 10 years. And then we ask them to, okay, open your cameras and show what you want to become, what you want to do, how you can correlate. And there are steps in between. Step 1, 10 years, that means 1 year, 10 steps you can show. When you are achieving those goals in your life, Are you firm in your intentions? So this intention, if they have the strong intention of achieving the goals in the life, irada, sankalpa, they will be able to reaching to goals of life. Because at times what happens is the student, yes, I want to become CEO of this company. Fine. Yes, anyone can have any kind of intention. They can have the dreams. But are you working for it? So you can ask any student to read this paragraph. Like, when you are clear on your intention, take inspired actions, alignment with your words and the truth. You quickly manifest what you desire because you are clearly putting out the words and action that are alignment with the things that you want to attract in your life. So this is, they can understand intention because students at this age many freshers. And if they are not firm on their intention, it is very easy for them to divert various things they are there that are there. So here we are going to make them to understand the significance of their intentions. All right. So we go to the next slide. And again, it is an activity. Activity is like, we can say, all right, what do you see here? They can say, okay, some person who has put the blindfold on their face, on their eyes. What he is doing there? We can tell them, all right, when he is blindfolded, he is in the desert and he's trying to feel what is happening around. So what happens when you are blindfolded? The other senses become active. That means you are more, sensible or sensitive to listening or touch to feel your things. You're more aware. You're mentally more aware of what is happening around. And then we can say, okay, because what happens is 80% of information is acquired by visual things. Whatever we see, we acquire 80%, remaining 20% by the hearing and then 10% by the touch. But when you are blindfolded for 90 minutes, keep yourself blindfolded, you don't open your eyes. Your other senses become active. So we will now slightly, introducing the idea of relaxation over here. That when you close your eyes, when the information or instructions are given, you can feel the energy that is coming up, going up to the head, then coming up to the heart, and you can feel your body getting relaxed. Basic intention is this. Now what, because it is an activity part, what we can do is we can tell them to do some activity and ask them to draw a diagram by just instructing them. How we can do that? You can have any geometrical diagram in your mind and tell them that, okay, draw a half circle, draw a horizontal line onto it. Don't show with your action as I'm showing, it's happening involuntarily with me. And then you're silently telling them what to do. Vertical line, then draw a isosceles triangle left side, right side, and a small triangle on the top. What do you see? What image do you see? I'm just taking it a little faster, but such image you can be there. And when they open up their cameras, tell them, okay, let's see, is that what you have drawn is matching with what I have drawn? Now, because this is online activity, so we have to do in certain ways. But if it is offline activity, in that case, what we have to do is we can make the remaining students stand on the both sided. They will be shouting, and we put the hurdles in between, different hurdles. And one student is made blindfolded before putting the hurdle, and he will be having one guide with him, and he will be guiding that student which is blindfolded to various hurdles. And remaining students will be shouting, "This, don't go this way, don't go this way." and the main guide will be guiding in the right direction. So it is his ability to listen to the person who is his guide amongst the chaos. Can he do that? This is the offline activity, and online activity right now, just now I have explained to you. Tell them to draw some drawing. Now I have just said something which is, since it is online, this is some kind of drawing you can get if it is very simple. Otherwise, one complicated is also with us. So tell them half circle, horizontal line, a vertical line, isosceles triangle on the both side, and the scalous triangle on the top. What do you see? They will be showing their image what they see. This activity, and at the end of it, then we say, all right, now you have understood what is, when you are guided, you can able to do the things. Believe in it. Your mind is able to listen the things if you are hearing something properly. And then at the end of it, you will do the guided relaxation and meditation with the students. You guide them the relaxation and meditation. That can be done for 10-15 minutes on day 1. All right, now we come to the second module, which is a core module. Again, here we ask the question, what do you understand by the core word? May I ask you the question? What do you understand by the word core? Is there any answers coming?
Again, I think Lingeshwar Prasad ji is saying crux.
I'm sorry?
Pradeep ji is saying nucleus, and Lingeshwar Prasad ji is saying crux. One is saying crux,
That's
nucleus,
correct.
inner being,
Inner being. Yes, wonderful. Inner being is someone must be from the Heartfulness Institute. Anyway, not even then. It's good. Very well answered. So core is something which is within the some object which is there, something in center of it. That is a core. Like this core word we have heard in when we were in this school. What is the core of Earth? This part we have heard. So it is made up of iron and nickel, which because of which there is a magnetic Earth gravity which is there. Inner core, then outer core is there, which is a liquid state, and like that. Even every fruit has got the core. The seeds are there. So they will be giving various answers. Let them give the answer whatever comes from their mind. Again, this slide will be coming, and then you ask the question to them. What do you see in these pictures? Then they will say they can see iceberg in one picture, and other picture of one person who is standing on the mountain top, and he has got headlight, and which is very focused. Focus, that means that person can see only few things which are in the light arena. And what are the questions that we are going to deal in this module is, who am I? What do I stand for? Here they will be learning about their skills and strengths. What are my aspirations? And what are my strengths and how I am gifted? These 3 answers of these questions will be coming out of them. We will make them navigate through the modules. We will allow them to answer so that they know who they are. Actually, it is the activity. So I think all the participants who are new to this, kindly take up this activity, because again with the activity, there is some message behind it. We'll ask them, what do you mean by origami? As all of you know that origami is a Japanese art. It is using the paper and scissors. They create new things, new objects. So today, those who are new over here, I request all of you, take a piece of paper with them if you have with you, and with this piece of paper we'll do some activity. I'll explain to you what you have to do. If you are having pen and paper, you can use that. If you are having the scissor, you can use it either. Here we're going to ask participants, take a piece of paper and fold it in such a way that resembles with you. With you, that means not your physical resemblance, with where whatever you think you are this kind of person. and you find a similarity of yourself in some object. So you fold that paper in that form of object, because you can't actually fold like what you are. So folding the paper in such a way that depict yourself more accurately. You must be having something special into you, where you say, okay, I have these characters, these are the strengths, the skills, and that makes me this person. I mean, like this. So please fold it in such a way. For example, a person who likes to fly, he can make the aeroplane because he said, I always like to fly. So this one a clue I have given. Similarly, you can do it. I'll give you a few minutes and significance of this origami activity. Or you can draw, or you can cut the paper. If you are not good in origami, I think, but folding of paper and making something is not difficult one. Do whatever you feel like. Okay, is there anyone who has done it? They can show it. They can, open their cameras and show it up. Anyone who has come up?
I think Lingeshwar Prasad ji is saying a circle, ma'am, refers to
Okay.
a degrees view about a situation.
What is he saying? I'm sorry.
360 degrees view about a situation. So the situation awareness.
Situational aware. Okay, good. Very good idea.
And Kalpana Sharma ji is saying waves in the sea.
Waves in the sea. And what is the reason behind it? How does it depict to yourself? You can write in your chat box. Whatever you do, you are making a circle, or maybe you are drawing it, or maybe you are unfolding the paper. There must be, it should depict yourself.
I think she's mentioning fluidity in situations.
Oh, okay. You think, but it is the fluidity, the situation is somewhere outside. You have to depict yourself, what you represent.
Krishnamurti ji is saying hard working, which is folding many times.
Okay,
Kalpana
good.
Sharma ji is saying it is adaptability.
Adaptability.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Good. All right. Most of you must have done something. After doing, now there is another question with you. Or it is can you unfold this paper and do it as it was before? Can you bring that paper to original state? If it was a plain paper without drawing, can you make it? Or anything is left over on the paper? Can you unfold it like the original one? The same paper, not the different. Is any answer coming up?
Yeah, we got folds will remain, and then few wrinkles. Past traces left over, ma'am.
That's correct. Wonderful answer. Actually, whenever we unfold the paper, after unfolding the paper, the wrinkles on the paper will still remain. You can unfold it, definitely. But if you have cut the paper, you cannot go back even. If you try to glue it, still that you can see, the paper are glued to each other. If you have drawn something to it, the marks will be there. Now, what is the significance of this activity? Why this activity is given to you? Because here silently or very subtly we are introducing the concept of cleaning, because you will be learning cleaning after this session. The cleaning is required because whenever we interact with each other, whatever is happening in our day-to-day life, something will always be going to your heart. It will be deposited in your heart region, and then when it is there, you will not able to clean it by yourself. So significance of this cleaning technique, you can remove it with the help of cleaning technique, but memories will remain, but it will have no influence on those memories. So significance of this activity, when we tell them, we slowly introduce the importance of cleaning in their life. Here we tell them, break your own limits. Actually, I just missed this limit. That means we tell them, make it anything. Try to do anything. Try to make out of that paper anything which resembles to you. All right. So this is the one. I mean, this activity is hand in glove with the previous one. The next activity again we tell them, because they have to find, in this activity they will be able to find out who they are. The questions that we were taking is who you are. Here we will ask them the question, what do you mean by shield? Do you understand the word shield? So they will come up with variety of answers. They have seen in uh, their principal's office the shield or trophies, they got it in a sports, games, or achievements, scientific achievements. If they are participating in science exhibition or something, when they get trophy, or the sports especially, it is called as a shield. Then we can ask them, anywhere else they have seen the shield. Then they may say, okay, in army, previous army they used to wear the shield. They used to that shield used to protect themselves. All right, that's good. All answers are welcome. You ask this question, give the time to answer them. Now here we ask them, all right, boys and girls, you have understood it very well. Now we are going to ask you to make the shield for yourself. What is that shield? We will call it as a personal coat of arms. Personal coat of arms. What is that personal coat of arms? He said, draw a drawing where this kind of drawing is made. You write on the top your name. Then ask them to find out what are their skills, unique skills they have. They come up with some ideas, this is my skill. Communication can be skills. They play basketball or maybe tennis or maybe something they're good. Some of them can have good handwriting. Some can be, they say, okay, I'm good in this. I'm good in accounting. These are the skills. Then ask them, what are the strengths? You have some strength, write down those strengths. So they will be slowly take them after skills come down to the strength. Then ask them, if you have some skills, if you have some strength, is there anything which is a guiding principle to these skills and strength? Are there any core values? They may understand it, they may not understand. But let them navigate themselves for some time. Core values can be integrity, honesty, like that. These values, they may be guiding them. Strength can be various, like determination, enthusiasm, and then discipline, patience, creativity. These can be their strength. Then when they write down core values, skills, strength, then ask them, write down what is the motto of your life. They will come up with the answers, or you can guide them. What is the motto? Like for example, you can tell what you feel. What is the motto of you? Like I feel being with myself is a motto of my life. Yeah, or maybe opportunity at every moment is motto of life. Availing the opportunity that comes in my life, which can be motto of life. So they may come, like, for example, if you look at army or navy, they have got the mottos also with them. Like, for example, IIT Roorkee has got, motto is like Karmanyam Padik, Karmesh, something like, I don't remember right now. Something related to Shramam Vina na Kimapi Sadhyam. Shramam Vina na Kimapi Sadhyam is the motto of IIT Roorkee. So they can write the mottos. So when they have done everything, when they identify their personal uniqueness, then we say, okay, now draw in between the best version of yourself. So they will be drawing. Once they have done on a small piece of paper, then we ask them, put it on your shoulder. So that is a personal coat of arm. These are your specialties. This is who you are. So you can proudly move around in your school. But keep this thing, if you are doing the classes online, say whatever you have done, keep it forever with you, because these are the skills, strength, and values. And the core values will be guiding principle to your life. Once they have done it, then this activity is over, where they will get to know who they are, the questions that we are taking up. And then we allow them to, open up their cameras and they can show it on the cameras. This is what, ma'am, I have done, sir, I have done. Allow them to do, because they are happy. They have done so wonderful. So please appreciate simultaneously that, oh, you have done so well. Then the last activity of this module is ask them to take or discover their personal values. Discover what their values. This is a personal assessment test they can take up online, and this is they can type this EIT. It is a case sensitive one. EIT.ly/H capital HELMEDA, all case sensitive. They can go to this website, and there is a list of the values they are given, and they have to just select only 10 values. You can do it, all faculty members. It's a wonderful assessment, value assessment tool, that is online tool available to us. And when you are done, you have to select out of the list. You feel that, okay, I resemble with this value. Just tick mark. List of values are there. You have to select only 10 out of, and then you submit it. When it is submitted, in your mailbox, they will send you who you are and where you can improve upon. That is very well assessment comes. And this you can take before you start this program, and when you have done with this program after 6 months, make a comparison of it, and you will see what are the changes they have taken place in you when you have completed this course. What were your values, and is there any change it is taken place with the help of this meditation practices, meditation and cleaning? Because these values are actually, the major chunk below the iceberg. You see what in your tip of the iceberg is only what are your actions, how you behave, that a society sees. But those values are the guiding principle, as I have said. So at the end of this module, again, we will guide them through the guided relaxation and meditation for 10-15 minutes, and this is done. Then we go to the third module, which is a contest module. Contest, as the word suggests, in reference to something. In reference, now what is the reference? Reference point is myself and what is happening in my surrounding. So similar to previous two modules, you can see the two pictures here, and we ask them, what do you see in the picture? So telescope. With this telescope, you can see the whole world, what is happening around the world. If you have got the telescopic mind, telescopic thinking ability, so you will always be sensitive what is happening around you, and you will be getting involved into it. You like to share your views with your friends, and you like to contribute to the society. So this module we did. First module, core module is about themselves. Now what is happening in the surrounding. So the questions that would be taken up in this module is what is happening around the world today? What is happening in my society? Am I aware? Because almost all students are very sensitive. They will be knowing what is happening in the society, like the pandemic days, like in the second wave. What has happened? They must have seen really few bad things. And what is my larger purpose? Can I go out of the society? I cannot go out of this, earth. I have to live somewhere, and wherever I live, there will be a society. So I have some responsibility to the society. So we have to somewhere, navigate them through these questions and force them to think that you are responsible now. So we ask them, change a challenge. That means a challenge will be coming to you every day, now and then. So what makes the challenge interesting? It's actually overcoming it makes it meaningful. So whenever the challenge is there, how you deal with it is makes it interesting, and overcoming it makes it meaningful. Here we will show them some videos. This module is consist of 4 or 5 videos. How much time is there?
We still have an hour.
Yes, I think it's, I thought maybe it's short. So we can all together watch this video. It is a museum of Earth. These are very intense videos. They will make them very introspective. We will all watch together.
This story began long before you, and it will continue long after you. But for now, this story is yours to shape. This is the story of humanity and of the earth we inhabit. This is our declaration of interdependence, our commitment to honor the rights of all people everywhere, to protect the planet, our common home, to create shared prosperity, to strengthen universal peace, and free the world from fear and violence, to work together in partnership so that no one is left behind. We will free the human race from the tyranny of poverty. We will heal and safeguard our planet for all generations and shift our world onto a sustainable path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge to include every human. So we gather, we build, we write, we create, we imagine, we collaborate, we dream, we play, we speak, we run, we work, we share, we love. This is the story you are shaping.
Actually, this video will be explaining what is happening around the world. We make them a little bit introvert. Make them, give a minute or so to think over it, absorb the essence of it, depending upon the time available, of course, because at times we may have the time, at times we are running short of the time. So depending upon availability of time, allow them to introspect and write down few notes, few lines on what they have understood from this museum of art. Then we will take them to the next videos. There are 2-3 videos. Actually, this is of 2018. I have also 2020, but I'll show both of them. You can select one of them.
I have therefore come to the decision to resign as President of the Republic with immediate effect.
Признание того, что спасибо, что у нас...
Ele já
Minha vontade...
Thank you very much. This will make America much safer.
선반도에서의 항구적이며 공고한 평화 체제 공동 성명 서명식장에 들어서셨습니다.
For too long, the Human Rights Council has been a protector of human rights abusers and a cesspool of political bias.
We will therefore defer the vote scheduled for tomorrow and not proceed to divide the House at this time.
So this is Financial Times yearly video. At the end of every year it is released, which has got all bits and pieces of what has happened throughout the world. You can show this video. I have got also video of 2020. You can choose any one of them.
2020 has not been a kind year. It's been a year that preyed on the weak and the sick. A year that claimed lives and tested trust. A year filled with division and upended by chaos. It's been a year dominated by staggering loss of life across the world. But it's a world still filled with courage, compassion, and heart.
Pandemics occur. They have always occurred and they will occur. It would be really shameful if we don't learn from what we've been through.
Amidst tragedy, we learned that we know how to put others before ourselves. Despite resistance, despite pushback, we persisted. This is a world of resilience, a world propelled by the belief that overcoming the impossible is in fact possible. With the inspiration of innovation, we were once again reminded that nothing is out of reach and that we should shoot for the stars. Faced with the kind of viral enemy the world hasn't known for generations, we witnessed every day the true meaning of what it is to be a hero. Society reckoned with inequality, and people took to the streets and used their ballots to make their voices heard.
Let's stop thinking that our voice don't matter. That's right. And vote!
Heroes have walked among us and will again. Records were shattered and barriers were broken.
While I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
We imagine a tomorrow filled with unity, not division. A tomorrow that delivers equality, long overdue. A tomorrow galvanized to tackle the world's great challenges. 2020 upended norms and our understanding of normal. It was a year no one could predict. But we've endured hard years before. We've endured tragedy before. We emerged from those years stronger, wiser, better. And so it will be with this year, too.
So these are the two videos, and which will make them really make themselves forward. Think about what is the larger purpose of their life. So here what we say is this is another activity, but it is very intense activity. Now at this point, those who are new, I'm going to ask the same question that you can ask to the students. After watching these two videos, rather three videos, what do you think the most, I mean, in on your paper, write on the 5 most important things that you feel this should happen in the society, in the world. 5 most important things, write down on a piece of paper after watching these 3 videos, because they are related to your surrounding, and obviously, whatever happens in the world, it's going to affect me this way or that. I'm part of it. I cannot avoid it. So please write down 5 most important things that really you feel this must go away from the society. After doing so, all of you please, those who are the participants, do this activity. You feel pinch of it. You feel it is so much required to go away from the society. You may write down 1 word for each one of them. 5. You don't have to describe anything. Just 5 words. All of you are teachers. I think you can do it very well. Now, after watching these videos, you have selected 5. That in your opinion, they are the 5 most important. I say that now, out of these, select only 2. Make a tick mark on the 2. That out of these 5, these 2 must happen at any cost. They have to be changed. These things should be changed at least. If you have done the tick marking, that tick marking is very easy. Teachers are very good marking students. You have selected 2 values. And out of that, encircle the topmost out of these two, select one. You think, encircle it, the bold thing. Yes, this I feel, without this, the whole world is really chaotic. Done? Okay. Now just let's see, out of the one that you have selected, is it matching with this? Any one of them? There are 17 sustainable development goals given by United Nations, and they are to be completed by 2030. And if you think the one thing that you have selected, that you think it must go away from the society, is it any one of them or matching with the thing? There are some students here, I think some student volunteers are there. If they can just tell me if they have done so.
Yeah, Monica has mentioned yes.
Yes,
as
please,
an answer.
Monica. Which one you think it should go away from the society? It is a curse, whole world.
No poverty, first one is
Poverty.
Himan.
That's wonderful.
Zero hunger is what Monica ji has mentioned.
Zero hunger. Nobody should remain hungry. What is coming out?
No poverty and gender equality.
Gender equality. Yes, in India, like, is so important.
Lingeshwar Prasad ji is saying value for values. It matches with rest of all mentioned there.
Okay.
Harmony, eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly. I think all the goals, if you look at the 17 sustainable, they're so important. And United Nations Development Program has already said that we have to do it. We have to reach to all these goals by 2030. Now this is 2021. We have very less time left. So I have, as a person, I have some responsibility because I'm living in a society. Whatever small thing I can do in this, I should do. Like somebody said, zero hunger. I remember in Pune, there's one student, he had taken up a project. And along with, when he started, he was alone. He used to go to the restaurants, all restaurant, and in the evening, and say, okay, leftover food, please give it to me, I'll just distribute. So he used to take the leftover food and then pack it properly and give it to the people who are living on the street, because it was his call. Now he has got so many volunteers with him. I think he has got even formed a kind of society, non-NGO. Simple thing that you can do is, like, if you are the student, like we tell the student, plant a tree on your birthday. Take your friends with you, give them one plant and go along the roadside, plant something. Or maybe whatever way you can do it. There are so many ways. If you see some water is running, you just tell them, don't, just, it is a waste of water. In home, you can start that. If somebody in your home is wasting the water, especially those who are the elite classes, you can see some maids, they just run the water while washing the utensils. Bringing that water from the river to your home takes so much of time and energy and the government's resources. Are we aware of life below water? Are we aware of that? Whatever the garbage we are creating, plastic garbage, when it is thrown towards the seaside, the life in the water is in danger because of the use of pesticides and chemicals. The bird life is in danger. Climate actions. Now you have just, if you are listening to the news, you just must have heard that there are so much floods that there in the Europe. Why it is happening? It's the climate change. Whatever way I can participate in this way, I should do it. So these are the goals. Again, this is a small video.
We can be.
We must be the first generation
To end extreme poverty.
The generation
most determined
to fight injustice and inequalities.
The generation that saves the planet from climate change.
And this is how it will get done.
The global goals
a 15-year plan
for everyone, everywhere.
With no one left behind.
We will live in a world
where nobody
anywhere
lives in extreme poverty.
Where no one
goes hungry.
Where no one wakes in the morning
asking if there will be food today.
we will live in a world where no child has to die of
diseases we know how to cure, and where proper health care
is a lifelong right for us all.
We will live in a world
where everyone goes to school
and education gives us the knowledge
And skills.
for a fulfilling life.
We will live in a world where all girls and all women have equal opportunities
To thrive and be powerful and safe.
We cannot succeed if afterwards head back.
we will live in a world
Where all people can get clean water.
And proper toilets
at home, at school,
And at work.
We will live in a world where there's sustainable energy for everyone.
heat, light, and power for the whole planet.
Without destroying the planet.
We will live in a world where economies prosper. And new wealth.
lead to decent jobs
For everyone.
and we will live in a world where our industry,
Our infrastructure and our
Best innovations.
Are not just used to make money, but to make all our lives better.
we will live in a world
Where prejudices and extremes of inequality
Are defeated
inside our countries
and between different countries.
Where people live in cities and communities
that are safe, progressive,
And support everyone who lives there.
where we replace
What we consume. Planet where we put back
What we take out of the earth.
We live in a world that is decisively rolling back the threat of climate
change.
where we restore and protect the life in our oceans and seas.
will restore and protect
Life on land,
the forests,
animals, the earth itself.
With peace between and inside countries.
where all governments are open.
And answer to us for what they do at home and abroad.
And the justice rules.
With everyone equal before the law.
Where all countries and we their people
Work together.
partnerships of all kinds
To make these goals a reality.
These are the United Nations global goals.
for sustainable development.
Let's get to work.
This module is consist of intense videos to think over. Here we can ask the student to write down the diaries. Actually, it seems I have missed one video of Jane Goodall. And we can ask the student to share their experiences. If they have done something for the society, because students are young, they can do it so from the school time by itself. Ask them to share their experience and question and answers. They will come up with the new ideas, what they can do, what they are doing. And then again at the end, we do the relaxation and meditation. The third day, usually we teach them prayer meditation part. So here they will under through this 3 techniques. One is first day, day 1 is relaxation meditation. Day 2 is cleaning meditation. Third day is prayer meditation. These basic techniques will be taught to them, and along with them, there are few more techniques. In a subsequent modules, they will each speaker will be taking up some techniques they are relevant for the students, which will be helpful. Thank you so much. These are the 3 modules, and if you have any questions and answers, I'm ready to take up this regarding these 3 modules, and we can discuss. We have some time. I think 10-15 minutes are there. By 12:30 we'll finish up, and at 12:30 we'll join again. So if you have any questions, I'm ready to take up.
Just thought we'll share one wonderful thought shared by Dr. Garima Singh, which pertains to the whole fraternity here primarily. It talks about educators. Give me 1 second. The chat box went away. Give me 1 second, please.
Actually, I'm not able to listen your audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me actually, So Dr. Garima Singh put together, I want to put in the way, by providing quality education, we can eradicate poverty. And when there's no poverty, there'll be zero hunger.
Correct.
And,
Wonderful.
Good health. So zero hunger, good health and well-being. What a wonderful way.
Wonderful way of thinking. Yes. In whatever capacity we can do it, we can do it. Whether whatever profession we are in, we can choose to do in our own ways. Even the small thing, as your thoughts are so wonderful, so welcome, Dr. Garima. I think you can take over this to the students and guide your students. You can form the clubs in your university for such kind of activities. Thank you, Dr. Garima. Help whenever you will be conducting these sessions to your student, any help is required, we are there to across the road, you can talk to us. Any questions regarding conducting the session? We have to do it in the facilitation.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I want to say, your lecture was wonderful, and yeah, appreciating my thoughts. It is also very wonderful. Actually, I belong to North, and I am staying nowadays in North India. There, I see people are not much educated, but they are very well disciplined and very well behaved. So I think education is very much required for the maintenance of society and for the maintenance of discipline. Discipline is very important. When I come to North and see people that their life is so much undisturbed and it's not well organized. So I feel there is the lack of only education. So if we can provide quality education, lots of things we can remove from the society, the problems that are exist in our society. And everyone is talking about pollution, population, and so many things are there. Even when I go on the road and I see people driving irregularly, that seriously pains me. I want to do something for that also. So yeah, I will do that things. So I'm trying to shift from northeast to north so that I can educate the way I want to inculcate the upcoming students, so that they can take seriously the discipline they have to develop in themselves. And just like for the sustainable development that you showed this last slide, lots of things, the 17 the points that you were saying, madam, I think they all solely depend on education. So these are my thoughts only. And yeah, your talk was very wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And actually, I had an opportunity to visit Northeast, and it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful, no doubt about it. And so wherever we go and we see something is not good, in whatever way, as you said, education is the most important thing. Now, this is the initiative actually we have taken up. Like, through the education only, we can guide the students, and because this is a new generation which is coming up. So for this new generation, what we can do then? What we can do for them? We can educate them. But how to educate? We just speak by the word, and when we don't follow by ourselves, they will not pick up our words, but they will pick up our actions. So when we work with them, like, any group of students, take them with you and guide them in the project, because there are so many cultural groups and various societies are there in the universities and the colleges. So what we can do is take the students along with us, tell them that what you do, help them out, let them their thinking grow up. This is basic reason why we are taking up this course and these models. And when you carry over these models to the students, please take them with you. Let them come with their ideas. Thank you so much. So wonderful.
Dr. Sushma, we have one question by Lingeshwar Prasad ji. Firstly, can you guide us how to elevate the pandemic distressed students motive.
Yes. Actually, a pandemic distress is there in almost every corner of our India, because in the second wave, especially, many of our loved ones we have lost them. So when we have to come out of it, what we can help is we can help them through the meditation. And of course, there is a detox technique is there. Detox stress the technique is there. Using the left nostril, breathing in and breathing out. We can in the evening we can take if you are interested. But what I would suggest is like the persons, if they are interested in, they can join this heartfulness meditation where the 3 meditation sittings are given, and with that, the person who is there in the stress obviously will be connecting with themselves first, and will be able to connect with the surrounding also. And here, in the evening, we teach them the cleaning technique. So with the cleaning, they will be getting out of the stress. Whatever stress is there, it will be just leaving out them. Various techniques are available, and you can always bring whosoever is interested to this meditation techniques. And in this course, whatever is possible, we will be letting you know what you can do for this kind of for around. But the best thing that means, because let me tell you, I have been meditating for last 37 years, and this pandemic is totally different. It's a completely various ups and downs were there in the life, but this pandemic has forced us to live in these 4 walls for last 1.5, and during this phase, we have lost many year and years. But I tell you honestly, this meditation definitely has helped me to connect myself with the higher self, my own higher self, which has kept me a balanced person. It has made me a more and more introvert and connecting with the people. I mean, those who are far away from me, we talk to them so frequently, and we just try to get to know how they are doing, what they are doing. So, connecting through even phones and through the WhatsApp also makes the difference in their life. But the best connection is the self connection as well as higher connection. When it is there, you are a balanced person. And when you are living in a balanced existence, pandemic has some effect onto you, because after all, it is happening everywhere around. But it will not shake you up so much. Thank you. I think is that okay? Dr. Lingeshwar Prasad, I think he has asked this question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. And these techniques will be, we'll go through these techniques, various techniques which are there. There are 7, 8 techniques. You can let the students know about.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Nostrils, right nostril, and then breathing techniques are there.
Oh.
And basically, we believe in the cleaning technique, which is very important. Everyday cleaning makes a lot of difference. So many things happen in our life. We keep on accumulating the things within ourselves. And when they are gone off, the burden, emotional burden, which is there, we feel it is less. It is that those memories will be there, because that event has happened in your life. But the burden will not. You can see the change. I mean, it's like, it is said that the proof of the pudding is in eating. So you can try this method, and what we say is, you take up a challenge for 90 days. You do this, the practices which are being taught to you for 3 months regularly, and you see the vast sea of change in your life.
Yes, ma'am.
I started when I was a student, and I'm still with this. I was just a student, 23 years. So it has made a lot of difference in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
There are no more questions. Then maybe we can take a break. lunch break?
Yes, madam.
And yes, Professor Vijay Kumar,
Yeah,
I think should
no.
we take a break?
Yeah, definitely. Now it is, we have taken more than 2 hours together. So they need a break. So we'll meeting only after at 2:30.
Yes, we will join at 2:30. Pinky, do you have, please make an announcement. Are you there? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Sushma ma'am, for sharing your insights on this leadership mastery through self-management course. The kind of amazing responses we have received in the chat boxes is the proof that the concepts are well received by all our wonderful participants. I'm sure all our participating students are able to visualize the best version of themselves by now. So through context, I'm sure we all are sensitive enough now where we can understand our roles and responsibilities towards our society, our nation, and on a global level, where we all can join hands together and contribute for the building of a beautiful world. I think this is the legacy we should leave for our children. So thank you all. Thank you once again for being so wonderful participants. And let us break for lunch. Enjoy your lunch, and we all can connect at 2:25 so that sharp at 2:30 we can start our session. Thank you very much.